Comic Boom here to review Justice League Dark number 3. This is the most interesting Wonder Woman issue I've read in a long time. Even though Wonder Woman is only one character in Justice League Dark, she is by far the most interesting, especially after this latest issue. Guys, we know that the world of magic is in chaos since the breakdown of the Source Wall. Let's face it, pretty much the entire DC universe is in a state of chaos because of when the Source Wall broke. In the previous two issues, Dr. Fate has been basically possessed by these darker forces, and he basically facilitated the release of these even darker forces into the DC universe. Zatanna states the most powerful sorcerer in existence, that was Dr. Fate, just sold out the world to a predatory entity made of pure magic, and the only thing that looks like it can stop it is a devastatingly powerful light trapped inside Wonder Woman. Because that's what's interesting. Wonder Woman apparently has a new superpower. You know, over in the pages of Action Comics, Superman's super hearing seems to be even more super than it ever is. And now here in the pages of Justice League Dark, Wonder Woman apparently has a new power because the Upside Down Man noticed something different when he stared at Wonder Woman. He thought he seemed to focus in on a scintilla of power that he didn't quite figure out, and so he thought he would turn it on. And so it must be magically based. A magically based power that Wonder Woman has to embody magic and to do whatever. But whatever this light can do, apparently it can push back the dark forces of magic that came from the Source Wall. That's Wonder Woman's special power that she didn't even know that she had. Now it's interesting because I remember I believe it was the opening pages of Justice League Dark number 1. It showed Wonder Woman as a young girl on Themyscira, where she came across a magical sort of sorceress ceremony on Paradise Island, and nothing really came of it. But I'm sure that the two are linked. Similarly, in the opening pages of issue 3 here, which shows the early childhood of Zatanna, where her father would really pushed her. Every day he would not only teach her escape tricks and magic and along with her normal homework, but she would have to learn he would speak to her backward all the time, and he would not only then teach her how to use the magic and speak backward all the time, but he would also then at the end of the day give her the same test, but she couldn't use any of the things that he taught her. So he was forcing Zatanna to not only learn new skills, but once she learned those new skills, he also taught her not to rely upon them if suddenly they weren't around. It was almost as if Zatanna was planning, and very clearly was trying to train Zatanna for a time that would come where magic would be gone, where it would be stripped from her. And so clearly Zatanna saw the current crisis coming. He saw this magical crisis coming just in case of these creatures escaping the Source Wall, and that's exactly what's happened, because Zatanna is probably better trained to battle the Upside Down Man, along with the other members of Justice League Dark, than she probably truly appreciates, all thanks to the training by her father, Zatanna. The Upside Down Man also made a reference when he heard Zatanna trying to use magic on him and speaking backward all the time. It reminded him of Zatanna, her father, and he alluded to the fact that her father is still alive, but trapped somewhere else, wherever these magical creatures or darker forces are. And in the meantime, Wonder Woman, once the power is basically turned on in her, he touched her forehead. Once he touched Wonder Woman's forehead, it sort of exploded. In this explosion of light, and it sort of pushed all the bad guys away, so to speak. Zatanna helped Wonder Woman focus her will, and Wonder Woman willed all the creatures away, and essentially basically told Wonder Woman to speak backwards, and that's what Wonder Woman did. Not exactly rocket science. I've always thought that was a little odd in the DC universe. It was the easiest. I remember there was in Amazon's Attack, I remember people got really pissed off when Batman very easily duplicated Zatanna's magic by simply speaking backward. Because it's not exactly rocket science, and he used that to defeat the Amazons in Amazon's Attack way back in the day, and he got a lot of slack for that because, you know, it felt like a put down to Zatanna, and almost like an insult that anybody could just, you know, speak backwards and defeat. I believe it was defeating Circe or Cirque, or however you say her stupid name. But in any event, Wonder Woman's infinitely more interesting now, and this story is getting more interesting now too, because actually for the first time I mean, once again, it's the story of Wonder Woman's life. She's always infinitely more interesting in pages outside her own comic book. But it's really great to see Wonder Woman's mythology expanding here and maybe giving, building on the mythology of Wonder Woman and the magical powers that she might have, which really makes a lot of sense. So not only, because this idea that Wonder Woman used love to, in one of the earlier issues, this past year, she defeated Darkseid by sucking the life energies of Zeus's sons and daughters out of Darkseid and defeated him that way. It's so stupid to suggest she used the power of love to do so. It makes more sense that it would be a magical power based on magic and sorcery than on this, this sort of ephemeral nonsense notion that somehow love is some sort of power. It's ridiculous. It's I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Mind you, I'm not saying magic does, but at least magic is not supposed to make sense, if that makes any sense. Anyways, guys, hopefully you know what I mean. If you don't, well, whatever, that's my fault. In any event, I like it. I like the fact that Wonder Woman might have some magical-based powers that is capable of pushing away darkness beyond these philosophical concepts and this preaching that she always does about love and peace. Give her some magical powers. It's nice to see that she has that. And I just finally, I'm going to end this review on, I love the line of dialogue here that James Tynion, he's really nailed it. First, I want to show off this one thing. This one picture, beautifully drawn. Look at that art, amazing. And there's that symbol there. Now that symbol, that's Wonder Woman's. It must be Wonder Woman's new symbol when she uses magic, I think. Interesting to see what that is. But Wonder Woman says something when she shows up. She says, "I am Diana, Princess of Themyscira, daughter of Zeus and deputy chair of the Justice League. I am the protector of this world, and I won't let you harm another soul." It was awesome. I could just hear Gal Gadot's voice say that. It was really great stuff. This is an entertaining comic book. I loved it. Guys, tell me what you think. It's my second favorite Justice League book behind the Justice League Odyssey that came out this week, and you can check out from my review on that. And until next time, guys, hit the subscribe button. Check me out on Twitter at Metropolis40, Comic Boom. And until next time, Comic Boom, out.